Welcome back to another Taxidermy 101 video. Today, guys, I'm going to be showing you how to skin out a coyote's foot. This also goes for rabbits, squirrels, like pretty much anything you're skinning the toes out of. The goal here is actually, I just have a leg here cut off. I've already skinned up to the pad, so all you're going to do is the goal, like I was saying, is to get to about like the wrist of the animal, and then you're going to kind of tube it down to that last knuckle. And this will keep your toenails and everything in if you just cut it off at that last knuckle, so you still have that anchoring it in there. So right now I've just made an incision down the front of the leg here, and I've gone right down through the pad of the foot. You can see those little fat blobs there. So now what I'm going to be doing is I'm just kind of flipping it over here so that I'm looking at that, and I'm just going to skin my way down that. And basically my goal is to get to that last knuckle, and once I get there I can go ahead and cut the joint there. So all I'm doing right now is I'm just slowly working my way around and I'm skinning it down, and if you just take your time with this, guys, you shouldn't have a problem getting it to that last knuckle, especially on coyotes and anything that's bigger. It just gets easier. So you're just skinning along. Watch the little in between the toes, there's little pockets of skin there, so if you're just careful, you shouldn't have to worry about that. If you pull down, it really helps just get you a good look at the membrane and stuff and what you're looking at. Just make sure you don't pull too hard, because I've had it before where you're just really pulling and you're not focusing and it just rips right off, and nobody likes that because it just wrecks your hide. So I mean, you know, I'm trying to avoid that. Anyway, you can see I've already gotten past those knuckles. I'm getting to the last set of knuckles here, and I'm just working my way down. Don't forget the back side. Just watch the edges here. Let's see if I can get this to where you can see it. And I'm just going ahead and skinning down that little pad. Pads are kind of cool in these guys. They're just like blobs of fat. And in case you're wondering why I'm holding this up so awkwardly, I'm actually doing it on top of a barrel of pickle, because this coyote was thrown into the pickle with the bone in. It was kind of an emergency situation. Had to get it in the pickle because I didn't want to throw the whole coyote back into a freezer. It would not have been good for it. So I just want to get him done. So yeah, emergency situation, always throw it in the pickle. Or dry it with salt, because that's a good bet too. So when you look at this here, you can see we're at these knuckles only on the outside knuckles, and instead of working with it and battling with it to get all 4 knuckles exposed at once, I usually go ahead and I'll just cut through this little knuckle and this little knuckle on the outside edge first. So right at the peak point of this knuckle, all I'm going to do, I'm going to go a little bit ahead of it, and I'm just going to go down towards it. I'm trying to do this where you guys can really see it. Going down, and once you expose that little knuckle there, you should be able to just get your knife right up into it. I'm just going to come down the bottom here. There we go. Okay. So as you can see, there's that tendon on top. I'm going to try and just go right through that. I'm trying to find where my knuckle is. Sorry guys, I'm a little ways away from this, so it's really hard for me to see. There we go. Okay, so you just go down, straight down through that knuckle. This is much easier when you have it at the right angle. And then there's your first one. And then I'm going to go ahead and do it on the other side as well. Same thing. Skin it a little bit more just to make a little more room here. And this is the same on all 4 feet. No weird complications. So I'm going straight down into that knuckle. Once you get through it, you're pretty much good to go. You can come at it from the bottom too, but I've always found it easier, to just go down through the top, or even come in at the side like this. Once you get through that next one, you can usually just pull this a bit, and there, that exposed my last 2 knuckles. I have to come at the bottom here and give myself a little more working room. There we go. So you can actually see the white blobs on the end here is actually the start of my toenail. And if I start cutting through those, I can actually completely de-anchor the toenails out of there, and we don't want to do that because we need those claws for our body mount. So now I'm going to go ahead, same thing, straight just ahead of the knuckle is usually the best point to do it. Sorry guys, I'm still trying to do this where you can see. It usually doesn't take this long, but again, don't worry about time. Take your time, because that is how you produce the best taxidermy. There we go, down to our last knuckle here. Try coming through the bottom. And nope. Okay, here, we'll give you a cool, interesting perspective. I'm trying to just kind of get my knife without chopping my fingers off. Up in between that knuckle, which I cannot seem to find right now. There it is. Okay. Sorry guys, this was like the worst angle ever. Anyway, that is what you're left with, beautiful little coyote toes. And then you'll have this blob of a pad, and when you go to mount this, you're just gonna start sewing right at the pad under the foot, and then sew up the leg. There's your toes. All you gotta worry about flushing this foot is these blobs of fat that are on the pad. Go ahead and flush those off, and you are ready for tanning. So thanks for watching. I hope you guys learned something. If you have any video requests or comments, please let me know below. And yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you learned something.